Hey guys, it's Nicole here, your Wednesday on Sevenfancytweens, and this week's theme is back to school. So today I will be giving you 15 back to school tips that are very essential for back to school in order to survive. In other words, kind of a little bit of school life hacks, just kind of how to make school a little bit easier and better for you, because we all know it sucks. So let's get started. As stereotypical and cheesy as it is, tip number 1 is to follow all of the rules. That includes school rules, teacher rules, any of those kind of rules. It makes you a better student and it makes the teacher like you and recognize you a lot better. After a while, it just becomes a habit to follow the rules and just to know what the rules are and basically all that kind of stuff. The teacher can look at you and be like, hey, that's so-and-so. They follow the rules. They're not a troublemaker. They are such a wonderful student. You know, it just makes the teacher happy. It makes everyone happy. It just makes life a lot easier. It makes school a lot easier if you just follow the rules. It won't get you in any trouble. And if you are constantly breaking the rules, that becomes a habit. And if you are planning on going to college, that's not going to happen in college and you'll get kicked out. And life just isn't going to be good if you don't follow the rules, because there is always rules. There's rules of the road, there's rules like in jobs, and you're not going to get a job if you don't follow the rules. So starting out in high school is a really good idea, and just in general, following the rules is always a great idea. Even if you think that following the rules makes you a nerd, it honestly doesn't. If anything, you are better than people who don't follow the rules. Even if rule followers seem like the popular kids, just don't listen to any of that. Don't be a rule breaker, even if that makes you seem like a nerd. It really doesn't. I even know some popular people who always follow the rules. So just, tip number 2 is to be on time to class and have good attendance. So both of these have to do with the fact that if you are late to class or if you are missing for a long time, then you are going to miss a lot of information. Some teachers literally get started with class as soon as the bell rings. So even if you're a couple seconds late, you can miss something, or you're going to be tardy, and you don't want to constantly be tardy. Again, it will get you in trouble. Being absent for a long time involves missing a lot of work, and it's not worth it. It's okay to be gone 2 or 3 days out of a trimester or semester if you run on semesters, and it's just really not good. Just be in class, even if you hate that class. Don't skip it. Don't go to the bathroom to go on your phone or hang out with a friend because you hate the class. It's just not worth it. Have good attendance. Be in class on time. Just do all that. Tip number 3 is don't be afraid to ask for help. Asking for help is very important because we need help sometimes. None of us are perfect. We don't know everything, and sometimes we just need some extra support. It can be anything. You can ask for help to open your locker, find a class, help with a math problem, help with how to spell something. Any of that is okay. Nobody is perfect. Everyone needs some help sometimes and some extra support, and it's okay to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Tip number 4 is don't be afraid to be wrong. Being wrong is a learning experience. If you raise your hand, you say an answer, and it's wrong, once you realize the correct answer, you might get really frustrated. But it's a learning experience because now you know what the right answer is. Maybe you didn't know what the right answer is and you were wrong, but that's perfectly fine because it's a learning experience and no one knows everything. So if you're wrong, it's fine because no one expects you to have maybe the correct answer. Not everyone thinks the same way, and some people are wrong, and that's okay because we're all humans and we can't always be right. Tip number 5 is to get into a class that you enjoy. This is your motivation to get up in the morning, your motivation to go to school, your motivation to like school, all that kind of stuff. If you don't have a class you enjoy, everything is just miserable and your life is terrible, and school sucks all the time. But at least when you get home, one class you could say that you enjoyed, and one class made your entire day good, or something like that. And it just makes it better. It makes you look forward to something when you're going to school, and that's what you need to motivate yourself. For me, it's drama, but for you, it could be art, choir, any of that kind of stuff. Just find a class that hints your little interests or hobbies. It just might take a little bit to find a class, but after a while, once you get it, it's a great motivation and it makes school a lot better. In middle schools, there's not very many options and it might be a little bit harder to do this, but in high school, definitely pay attention to this because I promise that your high school probably has a lot of different classes to choose from. Tip number 6 is to work hard and try your best. This is again a little cheesy and stereotypical thing, but if you try your best and you work hard, you're going to get a really good grade most likely. You should always try the best of your ability and just go as hard as you can and just work really hard. This will give you a good grade. It will again make the teacher look at you and be like, hey, that's a hard worker and they're going to go far in life, and it will get you far in life, and it will make your life a lot easier if you get into this habit. Rule number 7 is to get good grades and turn everything in on time. These are 2 very essential things and good habits to get into. Getting good grades is a great habit to get into, and you should always try your best to get good grades. You will be really proud when you get all A's and B's. You should be anyways. And that's part of trying hard and everything. You'll be proud and you'll just feel really good. And it's really important to do because in college, it's really important. And even in your last couple of years of high school, it's really important. Again, this is something where the teacher will be like, hey, that's my A or B student. They get really good grades. Turning things in on time are very essential because it affects your grade, and also it gives you a good reputation if you turn things in on time. And then it's just like you turn it in and it's over with and you're done, and you don't have to worry about it being late and being like getting back home being like, oh shit, I still have to do this and it's late, I have to do this right away. You should just already do it ahead of time, just get it in on time and just get it over with. Number 8 is to always be nice to people. It's really hard to do sometimes because some people can really be butt faces. But being nice is pretty essential because you don't want to be that angry person that like everyone's always like, oh, they're so moody. And it just helps like not cause fights and just makes life a lot easier. It's respectful to be nice even if you hate someone. It just, you know, this is kind of something you should already know, but it just makes school a little bit easier. And if you can't be nice, honestly, just pretend to be shy. Just, you know, never say anything and, you know. Tip number 9 is to meet new people and meet new friends. It's pretty essential in high school especially to meet new friends because some of your old friends start to drift off as you guys have less and less classes together, and maybe you just don't meet as much. Summer comes along, you guys like don't hang out all summer. So it's really essential to just meet new friends, not just in school, but hang out outside of school. Also, it's really helpful if you make friends with people who are in your class because then you have someone to sit by in class, unless you have a science meeting. But it gives you someone to like study with or something like that, and it helps because they're in your class, so it's not like a whole class of strangers. Tip number 10 is get involved, which is really related to tip number 9, but it's really easy. You can just join a sport that you highly enjoy or join a club that just tinkles your interests or hobbies again. And you can just meet new friends in your clubs or sports or whatever you're doing after school or before school or whenever you have this event. It could also be a class that seems like a club, like yearbook or student council or any of that kind of stuff. And you can meet friends within that, and that will make it easy. And you, at the same time, you can have fun. Number 11 is to get to know where everything is in your school. This is basically just a tip to make sure that you don't get lost. Just know where the office is, counseling office, the locker rooms, the gym, like all that kind of basic stuff. Know where all your classes are. You don't have to memorize the room number, just like kind of know what area it's in. Memorize where your locker is and what your combination is, and with all of that, then you don't constantly have to whip out your schedule and your locker combination. Also, if you have halls, make sure that you know where each hall is. Like at my school, we have A, B, C, D, and E, and F hall, and so know where everything is. And make sure that you know whether your class is upstairs or downstairs, if you have stairs, so that you don't have to go up and down. This way, you also won't be late to class, because that is something I told you not to do earlier. Tip number 12 is to always stay organized. This will help you so you don't lose any papers, so you don't have to rummage through your backpack trying to find stuff. I would say have a folder or binder for every subject and a journal for every subject. This will help out so that you are organized, and if you need, organize your subjects in your backpack. That's what I do. Also, like, have a pencil pouch or something like that, and just keep everything organized in your backpack, in your locker, and all that kind of stuff, so you can just pick things out real quick and you don't have to worry about losing anything or not knowing where anything is. It makes school a lot easier, to be honest. Number 13 is to have an essentials bag or a certain area in your backpack for essentials. You might need a couple if you have PE. So in my essentials bag, I have some hand sanitizer, lip balm, some extra money, headphones, gum, mints. For PE, if you have PE, I have it next trimester. I will be having another essentials bag, which I will keep some deodorant, perfume, and anything else I might need in that event. If you're a girl, there are some other things that you might need in your essential bag, just in case of emergencies and all that kind of stuff. Number 14 is to always study for a test. This sucks, and I'm guilty of not studying sometimes, and I did really bad on those tests. You should always study for a test, even if you think that you know all of the material. If you need help studying or you'd like some life hacks, there are tons of videos on studying on YouTube. You could just search them up, and that would probably help. Studying sucks, but we gotta make the best of it, and it's something you just have to do. And maybe if you watch a few life hacks videos, then it'll just make it a little bit better. But it will all be worth it when you get a good grade on the test. My last tip, tip number 15, is to always smile. Sometimes school can really suck because your class might be really bad, or you might have a really bad teacher, or you just had a really bad day. but there are moments where you just have to smile and let it go, because school is going to be really tough and you're just going to have to deal with it. But if you just keep on smiling, it can seem a lot more positive and it will help you a lot. So just in bad moments, just smile and just let it go, and just know that school doesn't go on forever and your life will get better and your life will not end. You will not die. Everything will be fine. Just smile. So yeah, guys, that was my back to school advice video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. This was mostly for high schoolers, a little bit for middle schoolers, and just a teensy bit for elementary schoolers. But it does apply for everyone. Some of them just apply a little bit more for middle and high schoolers. I hope this video helped you, and maybe you can think about school a little bit more and just make it a little bit better. And I hope I helped you. I'll see you guys next Wednesday on Sevenfancytweens, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, add a favorite if you guys enjoyed it. Read the description below and check out the updated links below. Bye guys, peace, and I love you.